calm the fuck down, Greg. It's soccer. Welcome in to the Bro 4 Squad podcast, where we are just a bunch of bros drinking beer and talking movies. I am your host, the mayor, Jeff Hornacek. It's episode 263, and it's going to kick ass. Before we get started with the movie discussion, let's meet my fellow bro tonight. It is the mad scientist, Brian Banner. Banner, I don't want to get you riled up, but I kind of do. Which is your least favorite element on the periodic table, and what's your fucking problem with it?
I'd have to say bromine.
Ugh, such a bitch element.
It's trying too hard.
Yeah.
Just calm down.
No one likes a pick-me element. Be more like the noble gases. They're just fucking chilling, you know?
Yeah. All high and mighty up there.
It's disgusting. Now you got me riled up. I got myself riled up by getting you riled up by getting me riled up.
So, are we both riled up?
Kind of. Yeah, who calms down when we're the ones that normally calm the other person down? When both riled up, who calms us down?
I don't know.
Nature will have to work this out. All right, guys, here on the Bro 4 Squad podcast, we start every episode out with the most important thing in any bro's life, and that is chest day. But today, as we do many times, we just feel like we've lifted too hard this week, and so we're going to go straight into our protein shake, which is, what have we watched lately, aka what is in our cup? Banner, even though we haven't potted in quite a while, life for all of us has just been fucking insane as we're gearing up for the summer. So last we spoke to people, we ended the James Bond Movie Madness Tournament Part 1, where we did the first 13 James Bond movies. So check that out on our channel. Put them in a bracket, battled it out. So for the first time in a long time, my protein shake is empty of any James Bond movies because I was taking a little hiatus from that. Let's toss it to you first. What is in your cup, or what have you seen lately?
So I recently finished Paradise Season 2, and I've got some thoughts about it.
I do too. I think it would be best if we just said full-on spoilers. So
Yes,
if you have
I
not
agree.
seen Paradise Season 2 and plan on watching it, it is a show that you do not want to watch without spoilers. So I would say skip ahead 3 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, 3 to 5. Check in 3, but be prepared for 5.
Yeah, if you hear something that about like a dick or a cactus, neither of those things, by the way, happen. Just keep skipping ahead.
Yeah, it's unexplainable.
All right.
So full on spoilers here. Overall, the season was, it was fine. I really liked the first half, and it really fell off for me towards the end. For a season and a half, you have bunker people you're setting up bunker people versus non-bunker people. And then all of a sudden, everybody's just kumbaya and we're friends and shit happens.
I don't even know if I mind that as much as I mind the massive genre twist. When you introduce, I mean, here's the thing. Maybe I am to blame for this, but the bill of goods that I was originally sold on Paradise and what made it interesting to me was the initial conceit is, this is going back to season 1, obviously.
Yes.
The president is assassinated and the head of his Secret Service detail is a suspect, and mysteries will unravel from there. That was a cool concept. I bought in. It made me watch the show. End of the first episode of the series, they drop a huge fucking twist on you that all that is still the case, but it is all happening in a recently post-apocalyptic world and a bunker underneath the earth where people are surviving. And that is crazy in and of itself. Now we get to season 2 and we continue all those plot threads. But at the end of this one, they say, hold the fuck up. What if time travel? And now I'm saying, okay, this is not what I signed up for originally.
Yeah.
I love a good time travel movie, but that's not what I showed up here to watch.
But a time travel show? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it's time travel / machine's going to take over the world is what vibes I'm getting. And I didn't like
that's
that.
not even vibes, dude. I think that's like straight up what's being said to us. Like, I don't even think you're really connecting dots there. Like, that's just what's happening.
Yeah. Again, first half of this season, loved it. I loved all the stuff where they introduce Link, and obviously him and Shailene Woodley's character. They have that baby, and
I actually loved the whole like arc of Xavier's wife and like that group. That
I
was
did
one of the
too,
most interesting things
except
this season.
the mailman guy. I couldn't tell if he was really good at being that character or a really bad actor.
Yeah.
The whole time I kept going back and forth, back and forth.
I agree. Aside from him, I actually think the performances this season were really fucking good.
Really good. Yeah, despite the plot flaws, I'll call them. Yeah, everybody still, I mean, they hung in there. They were Michael Caine in It's Christmas Carol.
For real. I wish Nate Thurman was on the pod. We'll have to talk to him about it next time he comes on. I think he's the high man on this show. I think he likes it the most of all of us. And I'll say this, it is still good and quality television, but I did not tune into Paradise to get my time travel sci-fi fix.
No,
and I don't feel like, you know, like Lost towards the end, it's like watching Michael Jordan play with the Wizards. It was like sad. You're like, dude, you used to be so good and now I have to watch this. Paradise, I don't think had to dig into a bag of tricks and throw out time travel or like any sci-fi genre bending stuff to have its audience's attention. I think it had a cool enough premise before that. And I just feel like 2 seasons in, we have like, I don't feel like they gave the bunker versus outside bunker near enough time to really develop and become a cool storyline before they just went straight into time loop or like people traveling through time and altering events, because it's confusing and I think feel like beneath this show.
Yeah, I agree 100% with everything you just said. This idea of the time travel and the supercomputer thing, that is a season 5, season 6, where like, all right, we got one last go. Fuck it, let's do this. Not a season 3. I mean, again, for a season and a half, you built up. It's us versus them, bunker people versus non-bunker people. We're gonna fight. Something is gonna happen. And they had one conversation, and then all of a sudden they introduced the supercomputer, and everybody's cool.
And also the conceit, like you mentioned, like the tension between bunker people and non-bunker people. Like, so Link, like, obviously more will be fleshed out next season, but does he just know all about the bunker because he's from the future? Like, I don't really understand there. It would have been cool if they figured it out some other way, like there was a leak, or like they knew about it all along, or they somehow discovered like plans to it. But if time travel is involved in that, which it sounds like it is, and now this AI, like you said, it's the Deus Ex Machina or the Mary Sue, where it's like, well, this is plot armor where we can literally just write anything we want because we have both time travel and an omniscient AI in this show now. So anything can be put into it and we can just justify it with those two things.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm not mad about a 3rd season. I'll watch it. I think it still has potential. I'm also a sci-fi guy, though.
Yeah, I'm too. But that's what I'm saying. I didn't roll into this wanting and expecting a sci-fi show.
Exactly.
You know, like you don't go to Red Lobster and then order the burger.
Well, you don't.
Yeah, I'm not as culinarily gifted as you are.
But yeah, again, I'm down for a 3rd season. We'll see where it goes, but it's on a short leash right now.
Yeah, and
great performances, like you said, top to bottom.
It's great television. I just I was not wanting / expecting it to go the way it did. And if they thought that these twists, at least for me, would be like, oh fuck yeah, nice. Instead, I was like, dude, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
It's like the girl next door when she like gets a boob job. It's like, don't do that. You don't need it.
You didn't need that, Megan Fox.
Great example.
All right, what you got?
I saw a movie at my local library recently that I actually gave a Brosker nom for best comedy this year, and it is Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Have you heard of this?
I have heard of this.
I think you would really like it. It's a very Brian Banner type movie.
Okay.
Speaking of time travel and time loops, by the way, have we gotten more of those movies in the last 3 years than like any other subgenre?
Yeah, like I think that you used to get one like every 5 years, and now they're coming in troves.
Whether it's all these superhero movies doing like multiverse time travel stuff, but like the time loop, let's do it again. I mean, we've had so many of them now that it is, I think, a legitimate subgenre, but I feel like it's really, really been hit hard the past few years.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
And that's what Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die is, but I don't even want to say it has necessarily plot, so it's very timely. I don't know if it's based on a book, but it feels like it is, or maybe like a graphic novel.
Okay.
Cast here is very strong. We got Sam Rockwell leading it. I mean, you put him in anything, a fucking toothpaste commercial, I think we'd all watch it.
Of course.
Haley Lou Richardson from White Lotus season 2. A lot of people are big fans of hers, and myself included. I didn't watch the show Ponies, but it looked very interesting, and I like her. We got our boy Michael Pena, who seems to pop up in everything, and he plays exactly who you think Michael Pena would play in this, and he does it capably. Zazie Beetz, Domino from Deadpool 2, and of course the love interest in Joker. I'm probably missing someone, but interesting plot conceit. I'll just give you the jumping off point for it, and then I won't give any spoilers because there's actually a pretty massive twist. But the point is, Sam Rockwell at the beginning of the film shows up at a diner, and he tells the occupants of the diner that he is from the future, and he has lived this night over and over again, and everyone on Earth dies because of a robot takeover, unless he can assemble the correct combination of a crew from this diner to stop the robots. And he says he has tried so many different combinations of people, and he has not yet gotten the right one. So he comes back in time, like repeatedly, to try and assemble the right crew from the diner to stop the robots.
Yeah, I'm in.
So it's great.
It sounds hilarious.
It's almost a straight on comedy, but it's embedded in the sci-fi genre pretty well. And if you're just a straight up sci-fi fan, I think there's enough there for you to definitely whet your appetite. So good luck, have fun, don't die. All right, what else you got?
All right, I went back and I actually watched just one of those shows that I put on in the background. Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, guys. This is a fun, cute little show. Perfect to watch with your kids. It is a blast, but it's still in the Jurassic Park genre. You get the Jurassic Park feel. It is what Clone Wars is to Jurassic Park. It's fantastic, guys. And they've got the sequel series, Chaos Theory, which again, that's fantastic as well. But
I've asked you this before. Does this take place simultaneously to Jurassic World?
Yes. So the first season is entirely them trying to escape the island when the Indominus Rex gets out. That's what the whole first season, like, you would love it. The first season happens in like 12 hours.
That's, the way to my heart. Yes.
Yeah. So
the only way it would make me more interested is if there was somehow a heist incorporated.
That's true. Which
doesn't make sense, but try
don't,
it anyway.
Don't watch episode 5 then. No, that's what the entire first season is. And then they end up being stranded for 6 months or some shit like that before they're rescued. And there's more tie-ins to all Jurassic Park, Jurassic World IPs, I guess. They go back to where the old Jurassic Park Visitor Center is, when whatever those guys are in Fallen Kingdom that go and get the Indominus Rex's bones or whatever, they tie into it as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool tie-ins, while also establishing its own villain and its own big baddie, which was it's really well done. Really well done.
I'm very interested. This is on Netflix, right?
This is on Netflix, yes.
Weird, because like Peacock, dude, Universal owns Jurassic Park. Like, why don't you put it on your own streaming service? Maybe they just license this out for X number of years, and Netflix is obviously going to cash in while they can.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Did we just have our 3rd season, you said? Or did you just rewatch it?
Oh, I just rewatched it. No, there's 5 seasons of it.
Oh, shit. Didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing because it's a kid's show, 20-minute episodes?
Oh, yeah. 23 with your intro and your credits.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're all that short. They don't have like the premiere or the last one that's 45 minutes long. They are all right at 20 minutes.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, Brian, I don't really want to necessarily talk about this too much because it's not over yet, and I think we might not do like a review, but maybe like an episode dedicated to it. But are you currently watching This is a stupid question because I know the answer. Maul Shadow Lord.
I am insulted.
Yeah. I really just had to ask for the sake of the pod.
I understand.
I have not seen the episode that's come out this week, but besides
Okay.
that, I'm all caught up. Have you seen the newest one?
I have, yes.
All right, without spoiling anything for our fans, or maybe like slight spoilers, what are your thoughts so far?
This is a fantastic show. This is I always wanted a Star Wars show that was in like the pits of Coruscant, in the bars. That's what I always wanted.
We've talked about this a lot, like grimy Coruscant.
Yeah, like the underbelly of society on Coruscant. The people that have always lived down there in the streets, never actually seen the sun because they're so far down there. And I feel like this show is what that is. Like what this show isn't what I envisioned, but this is what I wanted when I said that. On top of you have Maul and what he's trying to do and his motivations. This is Clone Wars level great.
Yeah, I was gonna say I you're like the real Clone Wars head on the pod. I feel like all Star Wars animated though. I haven't seen Rebels yet, but Clone Wars, Bad Batch, and this I have just really loved because it's done a good job of expanding the Star Wars universe without like collapsing in on itself with too much lore, which I was worried about a little bit. But it really is just like you said, it's almost like slice of life, but set in like the gangster underbelly of Coruscant. Like you're just living the day-to-day problems that these people live. It's almost like how the Defenders series is like, okay, in the Avengers, they're trying to stop the world from being taken over. The Defenders are just trying to stop their neighborhood from being taken over. And that's kind of what Maul Shadow Lord feels like. But the stakes, even though they're not as high, they feel as high, if not higher. And of course, they have not shied away from giving us plenty of Darth Maul, which I know you might be like, well, no shit, that's obvious. But not always a guarantee with these shows, right? That even the titular character gets like as much screen time as we want.
Especially when you're trying to develop a show,
right?
And you're introducing new characters.
And a character like Maul, who sometimes is better, like where less is more, you know, like he's almost more the ominous threat in the background. But this has been, to me, perfectly executed. I don't fully understand how the story ties into like where he's at in Solo, but I also kind of don't fucking care because I'm having so much fun with it.
I think that this is going to get several seasons and it'll end up at Solo. Or maybe even Solo takes place while they're still doing the show.
That would be cool.
It's a cool evolution of Maul that we've got, you know. He is much more, I guess you could say, outgoing. In Phantom Menace, he doesn't talk, right?
Right.
And then granted, we know why, blah, blah, blah. There's all the stuff behind the scenes. But regardless, he doesn't talk. And you don't really know what's going on in his head. He's just this crazy Jedi hunter, kind of. And then obviously he goes mad. He's so mad, and he uses the Force to survive and blah blah blah, whatever. But now you're getting I've learned from my mistakes, Maul. I know what I'm doing. I mean, this is like when you're in your 30s and you're thinking back about like how you felt when you're in your teenage years, right? You're like, man, if I only knew this back then, life would have been so much good. And this is him in his 30s, I would say.
Yeah, and they really do, because I mean, obviously Maul, like you said in the Phantom Menace, is like a man of few words, but he still won the hearts of fans because he's so fucking cool and badass.
So fucking cool.
But in this, he does openly discuss like how much he regrets not being more vocal with Palpatine, and how he's like, yeah, I got fucking played, probably because I didn't have the balls to stand up for myself or realize, hey, this guy's kind of gonna fuck me over. I think maybe I should do something about it, or tell him that like I'm not cool with the plan. And that's definitely like fueling his motivation here. One thing I do have to say, and again, I'm not the Star Wars canon guy. I'm not Pablo Hidalgo, and you know the lore much better than I do. I'm starting to get a little bit, maybe frustrated is too strong of a word, but it almost feels like Star Wars writers feel like it is it's like Mary Poppins bag. You can pull as many out as you want to say, oh, this Jedi somehow survived Order 66. I feel like we've done this too many times now.
It's getting a little ridiculous.
Right?
I mean,
it's like, how many fucking people miraculously survived? Or it's like
I am in your
Jedi.
camp. I'm in your camp, but Devil's Advocate is my favorite game to play.
Sure.
I did hear a guy on I don't know, it was like Instagram or Twitter or something like that, and he was talking about this exact same thing. And at the height of the Jedi, when they fell, there were tens of thousands of Jedi.
See,
so
I didn't know that. That is not made clear in the prequel.
It is not made clear. 100%. He went through the movies and did this math, and it was very elaborate. And I'm like, all right, I mean, I'm gonna buy it, but not everybody's gonna buy this.
Right.
But if that is the case, and there are tens of thousands of Jedi, who's to say 100, 150 didn't survive and are in hiding?
No, I mean, mathematically, it makes total sense. I think most fans, if your defense is tens of thousands of Jedi survived, you're either going to get one of two responses from fans. You're either going to get a holy shit, that's never communicated, or you're going to have fans be like, well, that makes the Jedi seem way less special and cool if there's that fucking many of them.
Yeah, he went through, he goes, okay, well, they said there's about this many, but then that doesn't include the younglings, which then you have to add this, and then they're all distributed out to the worlds and are exploring and blah, 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 blah. And
yeah, I mean, at that point, everybody's a Jedi.
Pretty
tens
much.
of thousands.
Pretty much.
Which is lessens kind of the novelty of it. But I'm not that dug in on it. I just feel like it's been a card that was really cool and an interesting character design to give a Jedi post prequels, but they've gone to that well quite a bit, and it's starting to dry up for me.
No, I couldn't agree more.
But overall, again, Maul Shadow Lord, I don't have a bad thing to say about the show. It's fucking incredible. I hope, if it's not already renewed, just Disney, what the fuck are you waiting for?
I'm 90% sure it's renewed.
Okay, good.
That's all I got, man.
Really? Okay. Let me see if I can get one more thing in here. All right, I watched Shrinking season 3.
Okay.
I'll just say, Cycly always uses the line from The Dark Knight, which I believe is about Caesar. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and that's where Shrinking is. It's getting a 4th season. It needs to stop. And I'm saying this out of love for the show. They've just kind of, all the characters got great endings. And it's if you extend this stuff out, maybe there's some interesting things you can do, but it's just not going to be appointment television for me anymore. And kind of I'm considering doing with Ted Lasso, in my own head canon, if I stop watching now, I will always have fond memories of the show and feel like it ended well. And if it continues, then I don't know if that'll still happen.
It's tough, man. I hate when shows do that.
Yeah, it's just it's sadly because of money, it's the reality for the majority of them, I feel like.
Yeah.
One other thing, Harrison Ford, you can tell he is very inspired by this role. Late in his career, this is an acting gig that he is taking a lot of pride in. And I don't think this is too much of a spoiler because it's kind of in the advertising, but his character is dealing with Parkinson's, and they've made him kind of a champion for battling the disease and not letting it end your life before it ends your life. So that's been really cool, and you could tell he's digging up. He's basically reaching back for his best fastball, whatever he's got left. And they have made him not really the focal point of the show anymore, partly because of his character's condition. And that's not a complaint. It makes total sense. But for me, the show is a lot less interesting when there's less of him and Jason Segel. As fun as the ancillary characters are, they are role players, and asking them to, take 15 shots a game is not where they're going to strive and succeed.
See, that's disappointing because I've always heard good things about Shrinking until now.
It's good, but it has been slowly declining. It's still an above average show, but I feel like, again, with this 4th season coming, I don't really know what's left in the tank.
Such a high standard for shows we have these days.
Yeah. TV it's become a victim of its own success, man.
It really has. We're talking about shows now like they're movies.
Yeah. Honestly, shows might be better than movies.
Oh, I love shows better than movies.
Okay, can I say one more thing that just came out that I think people might like?
Let's do it.
You would like it too. So would Brooke Banner. Mike and Nick and Alice.
I started this, but I haven't finished it, so I haven't. That's why I couldn't talk about it.
Okay, one of my other favorite parts of it, as I'm sure you realized, is the guy from American Vandal who drew the dicks.
Yeah,
He is the, I don't want to say antagonist, but he's fucking hilarious in it. And he's like kind of the impetus for the plot because his character just gets out of prison and it sort of like sets off this chain of events of investigating who was the rat who sent him to prison. Since you haven't seen it, I won't spoil anything, but two things. Number one, who is James Marsden's agent and how does he find the time? I mean, this guy
kidding. He's everywhere. The last 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Sonic franchise. He was in that show with John Hamm. He's in both seasons of Paradise. He's filming Avengers. Jury Duty. Avengers Doomsday. He's in. Now he's in this movie. I mean, like he fucking pops. I'm sure I'm missing something he was in. But it's like, Jesus Christ, dude, it's incredible. And he must not
Paradise?
Yeah, both seasons of Paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's wild. I mean, the guy's just crushing it. I don't know if he has a minute to sleep or eat. But this movie, all I'll say is it gets surprisingly effectively emotional in the third act. And I did not expect it to. Yeah, I did not expect it to work. And it does.
Okay. All right. I'm even more excited to finish it now.
I gave this also a Brosker nom for Best Comedy. Again, it's early in the year, and comedy is usually the weakest category. So if it can stay on the list towards the end of the year, then we'll have something to. Yeah, it definitely does. I think it does. So we'll just have to talk more, and you can report.
We'll talk about that next time.
Perfect. All right, I think that's all I got for tonight.
Right?
All right, that bird brings us to our question and answer segment. Do you even lift? Rah. We pose a question that we leave the episode with for you to ruminate on, think about, and then respond back to us with your response. Well, the question today is the continuing. What are the Bros' top 100 movies of all time? And we have been counting down this list for, I don't know, probably close to 3 years now, Brian.
It's getting close.
It is linked at the top of the description of this episode. It's also at the top of our website, broforsquad.com. And we're in some serious shit here as we count this down, Brian, because tonight we are in not only the top 20, but we're each going to give our number 18 movie of all time. But before we do that, why don't you tell the people at home what these lists really are? Because they're not like a film major's top 100 pieces of cinema. They're much more unique to us bros on the pod.
This is my top 100. I said this was a top 100 movie because of something that happened to me. It could be a nostalgia. It could be the first movie that you saw boobs in, first DVD you had.
Yeah.
This is my top 100, and I don't have to defend it. I will, but I don't have to.
You don't have to. And if anyone comes at you, they can fuck off. All right, so last we left off, like I said, was with our number 19s because today we're going to go into our 18th movie of all time. Cycles, who's not on the pod tonight, was Pan's Labyrinth, which is, anytime I see a movie like this, we need these, especially from him and Nate Thurman, who provide them just to class up the pod a little bit, make people know that we're like legitimate, which we're not, but think that at least.
We're not.
Your number 19 was what is probably the greatest action movie of all time, John Wick. Oh, I'm sorry. That was your number 20.
That was 20. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Your number 19 was Up, which, Jesus Christ, talk about a tearjerker in the opening credits. Mine was the greatest horror movie of all time, Saw. What will be one ahead of Up at number 18 for you on your list, Banner?
Pretty much the same movie. American History X. This was the first
shot-for-shot remake, basically.
Basically, yeah. This was the first, like, real. This opened my eyes to where I was living a different life than other people in the world. Just watching this movie and learning about it, and I didn't realize this was a very eye-opening. This is like, I would say, my first adult movie, if you will.
Oh yeah. Cycling has us at 22, by the way.
Oh man, nice.
How many pods can you listen to where they talk about Up and then American History X back to back?
At least one.
Yeah. There is one scene in this that is, to say it's visceral and makes you clench up your butthole, I think is an understatement. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I do. But yeah, and that was a thing. That scene alone was something that I didn't know was a thing when I saw this.
Which is good. That means
yeah. Not saying that's a bad thing. That just I was, I don't know, probably 13, 14 years old when I first saw this, and like I said, very eye-opening to me. I didn't realize that there was that kind of radicalism in the world, even if it is a movie, which obviously is very much true, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is a wild movie, and one that like does not leave you when you stop watching it.
I think I've seen it twice. I don't know that I will ever watch it again after now.
Yeah, if we were to review this and use the 5 Bro Squad criteria, I don't think rewatchability would be one of its strengths. But some movies, like we talked about this with Requiem of a Dream, if it accomplishes what it's trying to do, you don't want to watch it again.
100%, yeah.
Like, it's not trying to be your everyday week watch. That doesn't make sense, everyday week. But you know what the fuck I'm saying.
I know what you mean. It's not a go-to movie.
Right.
All right. Horns, what's One Above Saw?
One Above Saw, number 18 for me, is a movie that came out in 2011, directed by Jonathan Levine, and it is the movie 50/50, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen and Anna Kendrick. Yeah. Very good. Incredibly successful at tackling drama and serious subject matter while also putting a little bit of a spin of humor on it. If you don't know, that's called 50/50 because Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is a young man working for the San Francisco Chronicle who is diagnosed with a rare form of spinal cancer at a young age, and he's told that he has a 50/50 chance of living. To which Seth Rogen says, 50/50. I mean, if you were a casino game, you'd have the best odds. So that's good. That's a good sign. Everyone gets cancer. Lance Armstrong, he keeps getting it. But this is a great movie. As we're getting older, Brian, I hate to get like too serious on the pod, but I also kind of don't. My mortality has started to be like more in my forefront. I'm starting to see like, it's not crazy to think that like, I mean, life goes by fast, man. You never know what's going to happen. And in this movie, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character goes from just one morning being in his mid-20s and worried about getting a promotion at work, and he's recently broken up with his girlfriend, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, to thinking like, I might be dead in 3 months. And it all kind of comes to a head. And Anna Kendrick plays his therapist, and I think one of the great like character dynamics in a movie around this time is Joseph Gordon-Levitt is her first patient. So not only is she helping him navigate or trying to help him navigate like this seemingly death sentence of a disease, but she is also trying to figure out like, how do I do my job? And she's scared to death that she's going to fuck up and that he might be the collateral damage. So
that is I didn't even know that was one of the, like, that was the storyline. That's very intriguing to me. I'm going to have to check this out.
If you haven't seen it, oh my God, you'll love it. But you and the wife better have a box of tissues ready.
Okay.
But just an awesome movie, one that I watch probably every couple years, and you'll laugh, you'll cry. Just really well done. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I have a love-hate relationship with him. He definitely had a part in his career, and I think he's still paying the price for it in terms of roles he's been offered, but where he got really fucking up his own asshole. Like, super pretentious. Yeah. Thought he was like, it was kind of like right post Dark Knight. You know, I think he thought he was like the guy in Hollywood. And Hollywood pretty quickly was like, bro, you need to fucking relax.
Okay? Yeah, check yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So, but this was like before that, and where he's at his best is playing the very relatable person who like has enough character flaws that you can relate to him, but not so many to where you're like, dude, you're like a annoying Zooey Deschanel, like quirky person. It's just like perfectly played. And Seth Rogen is his friend who is the goofball comic relief, but also you learn throughout the movie that he is having a tough time dealing with the fact that his best friend of his whole life might not be with him much longer. The disease wins. So 50-50.
Man.
Check it out. Highly recommend.
I'm excited. I've got a crusade where I want to watch everybody's top 100. Just so that I can actually talk shit to anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should do some, even if it's just like everyone, we do a comment or make sure we've done a commentary on like everyone's top 10 or something. Yeah. I think it would be fun. And
we probably already have a decent amount of them done. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Probably. Yeah. I do want to see in the top 10, or maybe we can make predictions coming up, how many movies we will all have, and then see if maybe before we can predict those movies. I don't want to predict, just because I think that's a slippery slope.
Well, we don't have to have anyone say if we're right or wrong. We can just make predictions. But yeah, I almost guarantee you and me have at least 2 that are in the top 10, just based off of what you haven't said yet, how much I know about you.
Yeah. Oh, I know we have 1 for sure. This is one of those weird lists too, where it's like as well as you know people, like there are the top 10, I think we all took seriously enough to where it's like there's no narrative building and no fucking around, like no one is trying to, like, we took the top 10 very seriously. And I'm looking at mine. Yeah, you and I think probably have at least 2. I know Thurman and I have 1 for sure in the top 10.
I think I'm gonna have a couple. I don't know. I don't think any of mine are gonna surprise you. I think the order might surprise you.
Yeah. But I think I might have accidentally already revealed my number 1 to someone. On pod even? Maybe not.
Well, if it was me, I don't remember, so no harm, no foul.
Perfect.
I think I can guess it, but I don't want to do that to you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
And I'm wondering if we've done a commentary on everyone's number 1. Because if not, we'll have to at least do that.
Oh, for sure. If we haven't, I would be shocked. That's a bet I would take. I think we've done a commentary on everybody's number 1.
I think so. I think it's pretty safe to say.
I think it's pretty safe to say.
You would think that person would be so insistent on doing it at some point that it would get done.
The only one is I can see Cycly throwing some weird fucking oddball in there at number 1.
See, so Cycly, he also went through like a big Edward Norton phase, like 25th Hour and Fight Club and American History X were movies that he in high school watched a lot. I don't think 25th Hour, maybe 25th Hour is in this top 100. Let me check. But I think the other 2 have already been represented. No, it's not in his top 100.
So it might be coming up.
I don't think it's that high.
That's true. We're in fighting words now.
I typed in hour and I have Rush Hour 2 and Rush Hour both in my top. So that just shows you the list.
Yeah, that explains it. And it's Rush Hour 2 is the first DVD you ever had, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And I bought it because remember back then it was like the big thing was like deleted scenes.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. If you have deleted scenes, it's like basically
bloopers.
God, I love bloopers. The Jeremy Piven scene in Rush Hour 2 is like half the bloopers on that. All right, Banner, before we let the people go for episode, what is this, 263? Yeah, 263. Any advice you want to give them?
Same I've been giving since about episode, 50. Pull over for emergency vehicles, guys. Let's just keep on pulling over. Let's let them go. We don't know. Maybe it's your house, your significant other's house, or I guess that would be your house too. Maybe it's your mom's house that's on fire. Could
be separated. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, you don't know. It could be your house on fire. Get out of the way. It doesn't take long. All right. Let's not ride an ambulance's ass. After they go past.
It's what are you, Jake Gyllenhaal and Nightcrawler? Fucking tap the brakes, bud.
You don't have to do that. So pull over for emergency vehicles.
I gotta say, dude, I have seen some horrendous driving the past couple days. It's bad. We're not signaling anymore. We just slam on our brakes when we want to fucking turn. We take 15 seconds after a light turns green to drive. It's like, wake the fuck up. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a driver's ed instructor, but I would say at least 50% of the time when I see behavior like this and drive past the car, they're on their fucking cell phone.
Oh.
Like, come on, bud. We don't need you to update your fantasy baseball roster then. If you haven't streamed a starter yet, it's not going to work out for you anyway. All right? Yeah. So just fucking look at the road.
Yeah, that's on you. Let's just chalk it up as an L.
Right.
And move on.
Very well said. And that's also, you're welcome. It's a 2-for-1 because that's also fantasy baseball advice, which Roto-Baller and Fantasy Pros charges you for, and we just gave it to you for free. So there you go.
You're welcome.
We'll expect a check in the mail. Venmo us or Zelle us. Our Zelle is Small Dick 22. Sorry, I had to create the Zelle for the pod, and I just named it after myself.
It's fine.
All right, for the mad scientist, Brian Banner, I'm the Mayor, Jeff Hornacek. We are the Bro4 Squad podcast. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. You can find us on all the socials at Bro4 Squad. And if you type in Bro Force Squad as 3 separate words on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere you find your podcast, you'll find us there. And of course, everything we've ever posted, our squad blog and our top 100 lists are on our website, bro4squad.com. Till next time, I'll catch you on the Nextdoor app, where people in my neighborhood will just literally post, anyone see a coyote? ?
I have seen a coyote before, yes.
That's what people respond to it, and I'm like, good. These people should have to pay for this. Like, what kind of response do you want there? What are we looking for? Yes, I've seen a coyote.
I have seen a coyote.
Like, you'd be a horrible interview.